It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC South rivals. It's the Condors and the Dreadnoughts, next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup. As it the Condors and the San Antonio Dreadnoughts. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
It's a foot race. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Aaron Jones, 73 yards. And the Condors are on the board here first in the season opener. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 41, here's second down. Now here's Mahomes. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Off the option, here's Akers. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give, running right is Akers. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of...
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man is Kirk, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. And one more time, here's Kirk. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you've got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on it. A fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Hurts. That's into the hands of Fortson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. I was able to track the ball enough.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. JPP cruising in for the sack that time. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown. Dallas Goddard, 35 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Back out comes San Antonio. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired, and if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. To throw, it's Mahomes. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still could prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the middle.
The slot man in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and work for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 62 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. On the counter, this is Akers. He'll get this down to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out comes San Antonio. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Now Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Mahomes going to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Hurts. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 23 yards, the final tally. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, you are on target. This is just depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Quick slant caught by Kirk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Second down, here's Hurts. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And a second one. 1st down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They go play action with Hurts. In trouble, and he's taken down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. Calvin Ridley, touchdown! Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Dreadnoughts have got it back to within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Throwing is Hurts. And this one too low.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team, because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he fires one incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on 3rd down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Mahomes going underneath. He's got Hockenson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They go play fake. Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On first down, Hurts looking downfield for Jones. Here's a diving catch right side. A big play there. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got to throw it off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. Taking it right down Broadway. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll go again here with Akers. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. We're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Runs over. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Back out comes San Antonio. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Walker now. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 2nd down. On the counter, here's Jones. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Isaac Rochelle coming in and dropping for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. Back out comes San Antonio. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Walker. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. That's out wide for Palmer. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Back to throw here. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter play. A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.